This is Knockouts and 3 Counts. We're live here, bro, with Astronomicon with Matt Riddle himself, man. A guy who, if you've been following the show, you know we rocked with Evolve. We've seen this guy come up from Evolve through WWE to where he's at now, doing with New Japan, UFC, and everything in between. But I appreciate the time, first of all, my man. First question I got to start off with, man, I just got to see you do your thing over at Combat One. Talk to me about being the One champion. Talk to me about going with Austin Aries the other night, man.
Yeah, so Combat One's a promotion out here in Michigan. I've been wrestling for about probably since I came back to the Indies, and they've been a professional show. I got to wrestle Austin Aries the other day, Guys the Stallion. He's kind of been in and out of wrestling for the last couple of years, but it was nice to mix it up with him. And he's a lot different than he used to be. He's a lot more mellow, laid back, and it's nice to see the transition of what he was to what he is now, for sure.
Talk to me a little bit about that. Like I said, when I first got to see you, it was when you were doing the Indies after you got out of the UFC. How do you feel about being able to come back to the Indies and be able to do all that after you're running WWE?
You know, I think it's good. It's like things I wasn't able to do before my run in WWE. Example, New Japan. You know, even with MLW, I wasn't really allowed to do too much with MLW because I was under contract with Evolve, and they wouldn't let me really do anything. They wouldn't let me do anything with TV or anything like that, you know? So I finally get to do the things I wanted to do before WWE and more, like Riddle OG,
yes,
you know, doing my own drawing of glass, got my own merch.
Talk to me about that, dude, because I gotta tell you, man, this here Comic-Con, funny story. Rest in peace, Scott Hall, but Scott Hall and Kevin Nash were the ones who talked me into using medical marijuana for helping with my Crohn's and stuff. So talk to me a little bit about what you've got going on with that.
Well, I'm a huge advocate for medical marijuana, especially medical marijuana. You know, I feel like a lot of people just want to get high or whatever. I look at a lot of the benefits of using it, you know, like you said, with Crohn's disease. You know, with me, like rheumatoid arthritis runs my family. My mom's always taking Motrin and stuff. I don't take any Motrin on me. My thumb's a little big, but you know, that's just from punching people and doing stuff like that. So for me, it's just to be a part of it, and I've been a part of it for probably decades, ever since I got fired from the UFC. And I was growing weed back then. I wasn't necessarily selling it, I would donate it to people. But you know, so I've been really big of it, but now I'm trying to do it on the most professional level possible. I got the genetics I like, and it's just about getting into different states, into the metric system and stuff like that, which I'm doing in California, Colorado, Oklahoma, I think Detroit here, in Michigan, and also in Maryland. Maryland's got a great, recreational program. And it's easier to get into the states of recreation.
Well, talk to me about New Japan. That's one of the things, when I saw you were going there, I'm like, dude, this is perfect for his style. Do you feel like New Japan lends itself for you to be able to use your MMA and jiu-jitsu background with New Japan like that? And talk to me about your Masters X.
Yeah, New Japan definitely is more of a shoot style of wrestling. It's like sport wrestling. That's what I like to call like WWE Sports Entertainment, more wrestling entertainment. New Japan's more like combat sports wrestling, you know? So in my style, especially with the TV Championship, worked out very well. And then I got to wrestle Zack Sabre Jr. the other day. And even though I lost the championship to him, it was a great match. He knows what he's doing in the ring. I know what I'm doing in the ring. And, it's nice to be in the ring with people that can actually protect themselves if things get a little wild.
So we also cover the combat sports. So I got to talk to you about some of this MMA background, man. So first of all, I know when you were on the Ultimate Fighter, you were also on the same season as Kimbo.
Yeah, Kimbo was a Rampage with my coach.
Yeah, I know, but he wasn't on the same team. But I know he came through there too. Was it the same season?
No, different season.
It was different season. I got my season.
Same coaches.
That's it. I got the season mixed up. Well, go with it. Tell me, what did you think about Kimbo and MMA, bro?
Kimbo I thought was great in a sense, brings eyes, brings money. And I think that's the one thing when it comes to wrestling, people get hurt about a Logan Paul coming in. It's like, dude, the guy has viewers, the guy brings numbers.
And he's a good athlete.
And he's valuable, and he's a good athlete. So I think you gotta just look at all the elements of that. Who are we originally talking about? Kimbo.
Yes.
When we're looking at Kimbo, do I think he's the greatest MMA player that's good? No. But he was like king of the streets, backyard brawler, boxing people everywhere, and he had like this cult following that brought him to strike force and then the UFC, So I think he's good. I think he's a great player on the net. And unfortunately, we lost him too soon.
Rest in peace, Kimbo. But with that being said, I got to ask you MMA-wise. We know you had the run in the UFC. Talk to me, did you have a favorite fight in the UFC? And I've heard you say in other interviews that you'd be open to maybe looking at fighting again. Is it something that you'd like to do? If so, would it be MMA or are you looking at bare knuckle?
Well, I've been getting a lot of offers. I've gotten some offers for bare knuckle fighting. I've gotten some other offers for MMA. But the offers just haven't been 100% what I want. If I'm going to step back in the cage, it's got to be what I want. So I would like to fight MMA again. I would like to box. I guess if I could box Jake Paul, it'd be cool. But other than that, I'm not really trying to box a pro boxer because that's a completely different sport. I'd rather play mixed martial arts, And I know Jorge Masvidal has that bare knuckle MMA, which I wouldn't mind doing that maybe.
I was going to ask about that because we actually just had our guy Joe Penafiel who just fought Crazy Horse Bennett for them a month ago for them. So I wondered if you'd be interested in that.
I'm interested in all that. I've even talked to the PFL. Like I said, talked to bare knuckle fighting. It's just about getting the right fight at the right time. And they're also with all the wrestling I'm doing. Like this weekend, Wrestle Thursday, Wrestle Friday, signed yesterday, signed today, fly home tonight. Last week was Mania, so I wrestled a bunch that weekend with signings. And I know this upcoming weekend, hosting a 420 party.
I saw that.
Wrestling Friday, signing Saturday before the party. So it's just, even without WWE, even without UFC, I'm just staying busy. It was also the first time I've been a free agent, so I kind of make my own schedule and do my own thing.
So we talked UFC 300, man. We saw that Alex Poatan Pereira was able to keep the belt over our guy, Sweet Dreams Hill. What do you think of UFC 300? What do you think of the UFC from where it was when you were in there to where we're at now? I mean, they're offering $300,000 bonuses and stuff. That card was
when I was in the UFC, depending on the card, there were $100,000 bonuses, depending on the gate and everything like that. Just having up until recently, they lowered them to $50,000 for the most part, and now there's this one 300 because it's UFC 300. They're not going to do that every time. The UFC really hasn't changed in that aspect, and this isn't a knock on them. It's a business thing, and they're never going to pay their fighters what they should. And that's just how they're going to do it. And the reason why, and Dana said it, one, this isn't a career, this is just like a chance to become a star, and then two, if the fighters get paid too much money, like a Conor McGregor or something, they're just not as hungry anymore. They don't have that dog in them. Because they can relax. They can pay their bills.
You're not fighting to pay your bills.
When you got Conor McGregor living off welfare in Ireland, the guy's going to kill somebody. When you got Conor McGregor on a yacht riding a Paleontine, the guy's going to fight when he wants to fight, but he's going to be fighting Chandler this June.
I just got to interview Michael Chandler for that. Shout out to Body Slam.
Yeah, Mike Chandler's a good guy.
I wanted to know, so who do you got? Do you think that Mike Chandler can get it done against Conor? Because here's the thing. I look at this matchup like this. Obviously, we know Conor's a stand-up guy. Even though Chandler's got the wrestling and that would be his better path to victory, we all know that's not how he fights. I feel like this is a tailor-made fight for Conor to come back for somebody that he would be able to use his counter fighting and things like that. How do you see that fight shaping out?
I'll say this. Like I said, once you make a lot of money, you don't have that dog. Chandler is also getting paid a decent amount of money, so but Chandler has that Division I wrestler work ethic where he's not going to stop grinding. I feel like Conor with the proper 12, the stout, the bars, the yachts, the movies. And dude, the guy's a superstar. The guy's awesome.
Can't argue it.
Can't argue it. And he might knock him out because he's great. He's got more power than people realize, and he's very good at fighting. He's a very good striker. But Chandler's I feel like he's got more of that dog.
I agree with it.
But only time will tell, man. If I had to pick one, I would say probably Chandler.
Okay.
Chandler by decision, Conor by knock.
I like it. Well, last question for me. You got to tell me, man, that all the stuff you got to do in the WWE and what you've done in wrestling so far, is there something that sticks out to you, either a favorite part of your run, a favorite match, any of that stuff?
I'd rather say the best part was, because I think I was the first guy to do it in WWE, was ride a camel. Ride a camel in Saudi Arabia. I'm not going to tell you what they did to that camel the day before. I don't think it's legal here in the States, but that's
here nor there.
I had no say in it. When I saw the camel was friendly with me. Like me, gave it some pets, and it walked me to the ring. But I know Logan Paul did it after I left. But I was the first one to ride a camel to the ring. So.
You heard it. Riding camels in WWE. Let them know where they can catch you and all that stuff.
Yeah, dude. I'm King of Bros, man. You really catch me on the Instagram at Riddle Bro or on Twitter as Super King of Bros, dude.
And make sure you check us out every Tuesday and Thursday, 9 p.m. This Thursday, we'll be joined by Downstate, the voices of Cody Rhodes' theme song and all of them this Thursday live, 9 p.m. Hit that subscribe button. Until next time and in between time. Peace.